Welcome to Winning the Rig Game. Well, the Fed raised rates and punched me and everybody else right in the face. As always, this is not investing advice. This is just my opinion and a way for me to spout off about the stock market, my thoughts and opinions, and that's it. Well, yesterday the Fed chairman raised interest rates again, 75 basis points, which was pretty much as expected. Some people were hoping for 50 basis points. I know I was. It wasn't even the interest rate hike. It was what he said about the future. Basically a take no prisoner approach towards trying to control inflation. As we know, some of the tools that the Fed uses are backwards looking. A lot of people don't have a lot of confidence in what the Fed is doing. They think they're crashing the market for whatever reason. No matter how you look at it, this is unusual. Usually the Fed doesn't like to take action right before an election. This is going to dramatically affect the elections. The market didn't like it. Tesla sold off like crazy. Okay, that was the first part. Just talking about the Fed and what they're doing. Why they're doing it, who knows? But you got to look at it positive. Jeez, I'm trying to, but it's not easy. If you're buying shares, this is awesome. This is a gift from God. What Powell did was amazing. I have some mixed feelings about this. I own Tesla shares and I have options. My options are getting killed, but I sold some puts. I wouldn't mind being put in those shares. I have 233 strikes in December. They're underwater right now. I still got some time and we'll wait and see. The truth is, I'm not interested in selling the options. I'm really trying to get more shares of Tesla. But in order for me to exercise or justify exercising the options, they have to be above. At 230, I'm at risk, if you want to call it that, of being put those shares. I don't really care. Give them to me. I'd rather own the shares than the options. The whole reason I was doing the options was to get more shares. Options can be more risky depending on how you look at it. They can also be relatively safe depending on how you use options. You can use them as insurance or selling the options or trying to exercise the shares. 90% of the time when I'm playing options, I'm looking to sell the options. If you listen to Project Options, the guy Chris from Project Options, he'll tell you never exercise the options. But in some cases, it can make a lot of sense to own the options and try and execute them. I'm looking to own the shares. We'll see what happens. I still got some time on the December ones. If I get put the options in November, fine, I'll take them. The stock price will be higher in the future. I'm not worried about it. I'll do an episode on options and some of the strategies, but they're risky depending on how you look at it, and it's complicated. I highly recommend Project Options and Investing with Henry. There's a lot of good videos on YouTube to understand and learn options. My advice, start small. Don't go crazy. Don't go all in and just learn what you're doing. And it's okay to fail. It's okay to lose a little money. Just don't lose everything. Okay, so why is this a gift from God? Well, Tesla's way too low and the Fed is pushing down all the stocks. So if you're buying, this is a fantastic opportunity, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm trying to use options to exercise and get more shares. This is a little bit of a hodgepodge video. The next thing I want to talk about is lithium. I also invest in Lithium Americas, and I have been for a number of years. I've been trading in and out of the stock and using options, and I've done really well. Yesterday, after the bell, Lithium Americas announced that they're splitting into two companies. That's fantastic. The truth is, Tesla has two risks. Key man risk, which is dependent on Elon Musk. Disproportionately. It's really not. They got a great team, but yeah, let's face it, Elon is the face of Tesla. If anything were to ever happen to him, the stock would go down dramatically, just like what happened with Apple and Steve Jobs. Eventually it'll come back because it's a great company. So that's the first risk. The next risk for Tesla is lithium. Lithium supply, lithium demand, lithium prices. Lithium is key for Tesla. Tesla can't do anything without lithium. Elon's been somewhat dismissive about lithium. I think that's always been a mistake. I think it's an oversight. I've been listening to the Global Lithium podcast and learning all about lithium. I got a pretty good understanding. I'm not an expert, but probably better than average. And lithium is key for Tesla. They need it to make batteries. It's the only material that they really can't substitute. They've been able to substitute nickel for cobalt, or at least reduce the cobalt. They're trying to use or working on magnesium to reduce the amount of nickel. You can't get away from lithium. It's not even the most significant part of the battery. However, without lithium, you're not going anywhere. The batteries are fundamental towards making the cars and energy storage. On top of that, you have the software for full self-driving and auto bidder. But without the underlying lithium to make the batteries, you got nothing. I started looking into Lithium Americas a few years ago. I watched a video by the EV Stock channel, and it was excellent. He did a great two-part episode on breaking down all the materials in batteries. And Ivan determined that lithium was key material. He also put Lithium Americas on my radar. I started watching and learning everything I could about lithium. The fact that Thacker Pass is in the US, just been approved. Okay, there's a court case coming up in January, but in all likelihood, that mine is probably gonna eventually come online. People trying to slow it down, special interests, individuals, who knows, doesn't really matter. I think the lithium mine in Thacker Pass, Nevada is gonna be operational. Tesla should buy them. I've always thought Tesla should buy them. They should be buying up a whole bunch of mines. Look at what the Chinese are doing. Ganfeng and other battery makers are buying up lithium deposits all over the place. The Chinese are being very smart about this. Tesla has announced that they're building a refinery. They're building cathode plants at all the factories. This is fantastic. Now the next step, buy lithium. Which ones? Well, Thacker Pass makes a ton of sense. Why? Well, it's in Nevada, not far from Texas, not far from Fremont. It's also a new greenfield mine, which means that material isn't being used by other battery makers. So they're really not hurting other battery makers who they are also buying batteries from. Panasonic, CATL, and others. They're going to be getting 4680s, maybe not the exact same style, but similar to what Tesla's making. Tesla's had a number of problems with the 4680s. The dry cell battery technology from Maxwell was key. That's going to eventually increase power density, and because of the form factor and the tabless design, Tesla's done an amazing job with these batteries. Technically, it's difficult, and they've had some challenges ramping up. Will they solve them? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. That's going to facilitate the speed of production, which is going to drive down cost even more. But again, Tesla needs lithium. What are other possible options? Well, there's Albemarle and Piedmont. Albemarle has a small mine in Nevada, a brine deposit. Piedmont talks a good game. As far as I know, they haven't really done much in terms of filing the paperwork and getting approvals. Lithium America, Thacker Pass, took about 10 years. The CEO, John Evans, understands the industry and seems to be doing everything right. I've watched every video that man has done, every interview. I think he's fantastic. He's going to be going to the new company, the Thacker Pass spinoff. The other parts are going to be spun off to Lithium America International. They got a number of interests down in Latin America and Argentina, and the world needs more and more lithium if we're ever going to make the transition to green energy and get off of oil. We have to get off of oil. Getting off of oil is one of those areas where the ultra right and ultra left can really get along. Okay, so Tesla should buy LAC. Hopefully the US government can speed up the process, because it's ridiculous how long it takes to open a mine. If you remember back to Battery Day, which I really hope we get another Battery Day too, Elon said they had access to a lithium deposit in Nevada, clay lithium, which is exactly what Lithium Americas has. The difference is Lithium Americas is almost permitted, or is permitted. It's ready to go soon. Another company that's a future potential, right now I'm not investing in it, but I keep an eye on it, is Standard Lithium. They're using direct lithium extraction, and hopefully will be an answer in the future. Where did I learn about lithium? Well, start with Global Lithium Podcast and on YouTube. There's tons of information. So start watching The Limiting Factor, The Tesla Economist, Cleaner Watt. They're all excellent sources of information. Ivan from the EV Stock channel. Sometimes he has some really great interviews and information regarding lithium. He gets it. Okay, well, the markets are getting pummeled again. Chairman Powell went full retard and crushed the markets. I'm not sure how long the Fed can continue this. Because of the actions of the Fed, the US dollar seems to be strengthening. This is putting a lot of pressure on US allies and countries that have US denominated debt. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the election, the US dollar. Hell, I'm not even sure what's going to happen with my options. But I'm a big boy. I took the risk. I understood the risk. Not happy about it, but I trust in Elon. I trust in Tesla. I trust in the change over to electric cars and energy storage. Tesla really needs to lock up lithium supply in the US and in Europe. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the short term, but long term, yeah, I feel good about Tesla. I want to get more shares. Look, nobody likes to lose, and I'm not going to like to lose if I lose on my options. The last thing I wanted to talk about was another gift from God. Some of the positive things that's coming in the fourth quarter is Tesla's going to roll out full self-driving. It's still going to be in beta, but it's going to go out to basically everybody that bought full self-driving, at least in the US. With that, Tesla will be able to realize money that's been sitting in the bank, deferred revenue. James Stevenson has gone over this a number of times. I trust James Stevenson on this. 80% will be in one quarter, and then the remaining 20% will be in the following quarter. He thinks it's going to be in the fourth quarter. He thought it was going to be in the fourth quarter last year. There's advantages tax-wise for doing it in the fourth and first quarter. We'll see. If Tesla does that, it's somewhere around $1 billion of deferred revenue. That's just going to magically appear on their books. What else? What other magical gifts from God or can we expect from Tesla? They also have years of losses. Tesla wasn't earning money for a number of years, and they were losing money. Well, Tesla can use that at any time to offset gains. That is supposedly around 1.6 billion. So right there in the fourth quarter, we're potentially looking at, I don't know, maybe $2 billion in found money that just magically appears, and a little more in the first quarter. Who knows how they're going to structure it? We could also get a share buyback before the end of the year. We'll see. Tesla also said that they're going to be announcing new factories. Well, hopefully they'll announce buying some lithium mines. Tesla can build out whatever they want. It makes so much sense for them to buy that. Trying to stay positive, and this is a little bit of therapy for me. This is no fun right now. Investing sucks, but Tesla will come back. Just keep watching the videos on YouTube, the flyover of UWA and Joe Tagmeyer, and you see everything that Tesla is doing. It's an amazing company. I'm not worried what the FUD and the mainstream media or financial media is saying. They're clowns as far as I'm concerned. They have short interests or whatever reasons don't like Elon. I don't really care. I'm watching every video I can. I know everything about the company. I suggest you do the same. Thank you for listening, watching, like, subscribe if you don't mind. Trying to grow the channel. I got a few great comments. Very nice. This is the only thing I can do to fight the FUD and try and help other people. Stay positive. The future of Tesla is strong. They're not going anywhere. And thanks for listening.